Aries, your effort has not gone unnoticed. Let this be the promise of what is to come. You have a right to your joy and to the sweetness of life. It is safe to enjoy this. Let's do it. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So, my Aries friends and friends of Aries, welcome, welcome. Come on in. I do have an exciting message here for you. I had a little bit come through in meditation, pulled some oracle cards here from a new oracle deck, the Rose Oracle, and then we'll get into the tarot. Okay. So, Aries, the first little bit that came through in meditation was waterfall of wealth, or wealth waterfall. The way I take this is that there are a chain of events that this feels like it's been happening. This is not a new project that's been initiated. The seeds have been sown, and there's been a process of tending to this growing for a minute, okay? So whatever's coming forward for you that you have a right to enjoy, or that it is safe to enjoy here, like I said there in the beginning, this is something you've been putting effort into for a minute. This isn't just a surprise, okay? I mean, it does feel like it's coming with an energetic and joyful, surprising energy, but it should not be a surprise because this is something that you have been manifesting and working towards. So, kind of this accelerative force is what I'm getting. You're going to start to see how all of the steps you've taken have connected you to this waterfall of wealth coming forward. And this could be in the realm of money, wealth. This could be love, connections, that sort of thing, whatever it is, health, right? Whatever it is that you need and want right now and have been putting effort towards manifesting, this is what's going to be a part of your waterfall. And it feels like there's a little, and an extra little surprise, and an extra little surprise. Awesome. Which the next thing that came through in meditation was Rainbow Bright. Interesting to pop through. I haven't seen Rainbow Bright since I was knee-high to a pig's eye, 222 on the timer here. I see that as this, like, you have a right to your joy, like I said there in the beginning. You have a right to taste the sweetness of life. Her image, for me, the rainbow, obviously, all of these colors, every spectrum of light that we can see, right? Coming together in a joyful experience, the inner child, okay? And there is a card that came through here that kind of touches on that as well. The next thing that I saw was a balsam fir. So this could be, maybe you live in an area where there are a bunch of coniferous trees. I kind of get, to be honest with you, around Christmas time, as the Douglas fir is one of the trees that are used for Christmas, all the way on back to the original celebration of why we're bringing trees into the home. Something happening around Christmas time, around the winter time, would be here in the Northern Hemisphere, or closer to the springtime, I guess it would be. Yeah, springtime for Southern Hemisphere. Keep an eye out for that portion of the year, okay? The next thing that came through was gaze turn towards another. So I'm going to show you this symbol because this comes through in meditation for me a lot, and I finally discovered what it means. But it looks like an eyeball here, gazing. So it's got this little tail, and it's like gazing at the tail. What this means to me is we are witnessing that which we are creating. That's where this connective point is to the eye. So I was shown this symbol, and that's what that represents to me. And then this eye turned to face me. So this is where I'm getting gaze turned towards another. And this is interesting. I've not seen it do this before. And my questions are we manifesting with another? Have we manifested another? To have that tail piece of what we're experiencing be another person or another perspective from somebody else. Like I said, this is unique. This is new. I haven't seen this happen before. So I'd like to explore that a little bit more. There could be a person coming in. If this is the case, this is somebody that you both have manifested for each other, whether that's love, friendship, business partner, whatever it is that you're looking for. I feel like this person is a part of the waterfall of wealth. Okay, let's get into the oracle cards here. So the Rose Oracle, like I said, this is a new one that I got for myself here the other day. I finally picked up the Oracle of the Phoenix too. I'll probably be using that one here in this reading. So to start, the bud came through. Potential promise, it's about to happen. Keep going. And then the child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, and tenderness. Oh, so tender. Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, and sweetness of life. So you can kind of see where this opening intro was created here in these cards. So the bud, potential promise, it's about to happen, keep going. Beginning to realize what it is that you were meant to be here is what I get from this. It's happening. Like I said, whatever this waterfall of wealth, abundance is that's coming forward, this is not a surprise. You're not just getting a knock on your door and someone's blasting you with the super soaker of wealth and abundance. You signed up for this. You planted the seeds. You've tended to this. This is not a surprise that you are reaping the rewards of your effort, okay? The bud, whatever this will be, right? Que sera, sera. Whether it's a flower, a new stem growing, a thorn, etc., a leaf, these are all components that are beneficial to the greater process of that plant. So whatever it is that's coming forward that you've been manifesting, it has been directly connected to your own growth, taking your experience to another level. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. The child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, and tenderness. So this is where I'm getting the inner child coming through here too. And Aries, Aries, Leo, Gemini, I would say all of these signs are very good at representing the inner child. Probably Gemini a little bit more as far as that expression goes, but Aries, warrior, right? You're the warrior. You're also, you know how to have fun. You know how to tap into the inner child here. I feel like as we're coming to the tail end of this manifestation becoming real, we're tired. Maybe we're hurt. Maybe we've been wandering through the brambles and we're all cut up. This card also brings with it an energy of allowing ourselves to be held, allowing ourselves to slip into a space with the mother, the inner mother, divine mother, right? To be healed, to be revivified for the next step in the journey. Rose without thorns. What does this next step look like? Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, and sweetness of life. So most roses have thorns. And this is, it's a defense mechanism that's built in so that the flower itself can survive and do its job. Aid in pollination, reproduction of the plant, et cetera, et cetera. The thorns are there to protect the gentleness of that, what the flower possesses and what it can do. There are some that don't have thorns, though. So with this card coming through, the way I take this is moving into whatever this waterfall of wealth is, moving into a space where we don't have to maybe bring so much sharpness to our life in order to defend or protect the sweetness. So this next phase that's coming in here is there's nothing that's autopilot or easy, doesn't exist in this life. But maybe a little less hard is the way that I take that, okay? Our surroundings becoming a little softer and sharp, so we're also becoming a little softer and less sharp, and vice versa, as within, so without, right? We're both, we're doing a little bit of both, okay? All right, let's get further into this. We will pull an Oracle of the Phoenix card here. I saw this deck the other day at the shop, and I was like, how do I not have a Phoenix deck yet? I need to find a tarot deck to go along with it. Okay, for Aries, please, at this time. What else does Aries need to know? Yes. Ooh, I'm going to read this from the book. It gives me some chills here. Desire and reality. Beautiful. I do love these cards. So, desire and reality. Let me read this real quick. Desire and reality. What can you do to achieve your goals? You are motivated, but the results you wish to achieve remain just over the horizon. This card has come to point you in the right direction. So what this card means, the sparkling phoenix brings not just inspirations and clarity, but also courage into your life. Form a connection with it and gain new impetus. Close your eyes for a moment and place the card over your heart. Imagine breathing violet light throughout your body and read on. You are motivated, you strive for change and success, and the time has now come to follow this with action. Yes, forget all those smart and not so smart motivational quotes from the past. The solution lies in action. And Aries, you know this. All the fire signs, really, you know. It's time to take action, okay? Simply wanting something does not mean you will achieve it. If you want to be someone you are not on your own path, but that of someone else's, and this will never lead to where you want to be. Everything you need to achieve your dreams lies within you. The proof is the vision itself. The desire, oh my God, totally with that. Oh my God, that's what it means. I'll come back to this here. That symbol I was showing you with the eye. The reality is the vision itself. And that's exactly what that symbol means to me. We're producing our own reality based on our own beliefs. And we're seeing that as if it's something that's happening outside of us. For it to turn towards another perceiver, the reality is the vision itself. Whatever the eye of the beholder is beholding is reality because it is a part of its own vision. Ooh, okay. All right. Let's get back to this here. That's exciting. That's really cool. The proof is the vision itself. The desire to fulfill this ambition would not exist if you did not resonate with it in your innermost being. All that stands in your way is doubt, resignation, a lack of consciousness, lethargy, complacency, self-sabotage, habit, and lazy compromise. It is time to put an end to them all. I love that. Okay. So with this child within, the inner mother coming through here, those are the energies we're feeling tired, self-sabotage, fatigue, lethargy, whatever. This is coming through here to give us a little bit of a boost to finish up the task at hand. Action is such an important part of manifestation. This is where we are planting the seeds. We're attending to that. What does that look like? As an example, you're looking for a job or a specific kind of job. We're putting that energy out there in the form of emotions, experiencing it with gratitude, affirmations. But if we don't put action forward, i.e. applying to jobs, nothing ever comes of it. This is one of the big agreements we've made in the manifestation game. We got to put action forward, okay? And sometimes it doesn't matter where that action is directing us. It is the cost that we pay in order to have what it is we're manifesting. It's like a little test, if you want to look at it that way. Are you convicted enough to your dream or vision to put work into it? I would hope so. Okay, let's do some animal oracle here, and then we'll get into the tarot. So for Aries at this time, general, what are they experiencing? What's going on? What do they need to know? The Phoenix. I knew it was going to be the freaking Phoenix. Oh my God. I knew it. The Phoenix. So general energy to start here. This is quite a revamping of your life. Like I said, those of you who have been putting energy towards manifesting something, it's coming. Keep putting that energy towards it. I'm not throwing out false promises here because you clicked on this reading, you win the lottery. That's not what tarot's ever about, or any of these readings, even if they tell you that it is here. Please use your head, heart, and intuition here, you guys. You're very intelligent, all right? Burning through karma. This is the energy of the root chakra rising to the solar plexus over and over and over. And the point of that is to burn through karma. We're learning lessons of karma. Whatever it is you're manifesting right now, it feels like this is something that you have attempted to manifest for many lifetimes, like wealth, abundance in the form of money. We tend to, as the soul develops, we get to a point where we have this belief that we don't need anything. And the truth is, well, we don't as a spirit, right? But we're here in the human realm, not as a test to avoid anything that might be attractive for us to experience. We're supposed to experience everything here. Pain and joy, grief and happiness. Pleasure is a part of that too. Anytime that we allow ourselves to go too far in the light or the dark into the extreme is where we might be a little bit off track as far as the development of the soul goes. This feels like 1414 on the timer. We're at a point here in soul development where we're shedding this belief that money is evil, right? Items or this or that, bad, that's so bad. And I'm not saying that the main mission should be that pursuit, that we all want a yacht, right? Look under chairs, y'all get a yacht. But we do get to a point where we learn how to master the physical realm. And a part of that is providing abundance and wealth for ourselves to whatever degree it is we want to experience that. Balance. It's about balance. So this feels like we're at a point here where we're learning to bring that wealth in. Whatever this wealth is, whatever we've been starving for many lifetimes, thinking that we don't deserve or we shouldn't have. Ooh, love it. Oh, love it, Aries. Love your energy. Love it. What's blocked here for Aries at this time, please? The mouse. Now's not the time to shy away from what you want or what you desire. To want and desire is not a problem. Where things get hung up in the development of the soul is when we attach something to the outcome. We do our work, we put out what we desire and want in the form of manifestation, and then we step back. We detach from the outcome. We've already spoken our piece. The universe, God, source knows what we want. If we continue to cling on to something, then it's not able to make a safe landing, is what I'm getting. The mouse is anxiety. So we're being asked to step back from the expectation of an outcome, okay? If you're living that outcome with gratitude and as if it is already real, which is a major part of manifestation, you're already detached from that outcome. Your brain is not going, gosh, I can't wait to be in this place. You're just experiencing it. You see what I'm saying? So if you're in that place, let yourself let go. Let go, jump in. Oh, well, what you waiting for? Yeah, okay. What you need at this time. Peacock, this is the second time we've landed here on the bottom. This is digesting any sort of emotional experience. So I'm going to go back to what I said there. Whatever we're working on here in this life, our soul has been attempting to manifest for a while. It's taken up, we need to digest that belief system that we don't need it, we don't deserve it, we shouldn't have it, it's evil, whatever. Money, love, whatever. The owl is what comes through here as far as what you need, Aries. Wisdom, but this is the companion to Lakshmi. There's a treasure. There's a treasure that's attached to what's going on here, you guys. Seeing like the secret garden, interesting. We're finding that gate and we're being given the key. Maybe we've seen this gate or we've seen the hedge or we know where that garden's been over these lifetimes, but there's this belief that we don't deserve to have the key or we'll never see that is kind of what I'm getting. There's wisdom. Ooh, yeah. There's soul wisdom in understanding our worth and, being worthy of this treasure to manifest literal money, if that's what you need, homes, property, whatever, love. Okay. All right. Let's get into this a little bit further. Which deck do we want to start with? Phantasma. You got it. So hopes and dreams here. Hopes and dreams for Aries to start, please, Spirit. What do we have going on for Aries? Aries? What do we have for Aries? And I don't do extendeds on the main signs here at this time, but I do have memberships available if you guys want to check that out. Phoenix Fan, the first level, is a level of support. There are other levels, though, that have access to extendeds and that sort of thing, okay? Page of Cups. So this is your hope. We're talking about manifesting something. Some of you, there is a message here in whatever that is. You're waiting for a message regarding something. Maybe you have applied to a job or you've applied for a loan or a grant or something like that. This could be new love, but Page of Cups, we're pulling something down from imagination land and creating it. Our manifestations. Yes, our manifestations. Which Catacorn, okay. Catacorn here for your second deck. I do feel there's a hope to not let it overwhelm you this time. Yeah, to not overrun the directive. Okay. What else? There's Two of Cups there at the split. It could be a business partnership. It could be romance. Time will tell, right? Time will tell. What do we have here for Aries, please? So fear aversion is what we're going to be looking at here next. Come here. The Lovers. Oh, gosh, you guys. Okay, so this waterfall of wealth, it may not have to do with money. And that's okay. Maybe it's money and it's love. This is a decision needs to be made here, though. We're at a crossroads. It could be romance as well with the Lovers. This deck in particular, though, the way that they're situated here, this does make me feel like love. So the fear aversion we have is maybe really doubling down and committing to the decision we're making to manifest. That decision could be opening up to love. Okay, let's get into it further. For Aries, general energy, Seven of Swords. Okay. So sneaky theft, betrayal kind of energy. Being diplomatic, taking only what is needed. I feel like we are honing our experience right now, Aries, as this is something where we've been working to find our worth or deserving in manifesting in previous lifetimes. In this one, especially since we have the Page of Cups as the hope, not wanting to be overwhelmed with emotions. Not that we're controlling the emotions, but we're not letting the emotions control us either. There's something that the soul knows, maybe that's tripped us up before in the past, because it certainly can. As we're looking at the reality we're creating, emotions especially can make us feel like something is very real. And then we start to make that real, okay? So taking only what is needed right now. Whatever other details or emotions that are coming up that don't have to do with what you're manifesting, it's not that we're totally throwing it away, but you can put that aside for a second. We're working on something right now. If you're in a place where you're working on trauma and you're working through emotions, that's okay. I'm not saying avoid doing that, but if you are really dedicating towards manifesting something right now, there is a request to take only what's needed in other areas, deal with the trauma or other emotions gently, right, as you need to, instead of intentionally opening that box up constantly. And I would see that as like listening to music that's exacerbating the emotional experience, particularly around relationships or heartbreak or grief. Art is beautiful in expressing and sharing with another person an emotional experience. We can be seen, we can feel seen, and we can see, right? That's not a bad thing. You are being encouraged right now, though, to be intelligent. Until this has manifested, recognize that those emotions you experience are the currency that you're paying to make this real, on top of the action you're taking, right? So that action could be turning that song on or not. Two of Pentacles comes through here to clarify. Balance, you guys. Balance. So taking on what is needed, like I said. If there is an emotional experience you need to deal with, absolutely deal with that. Do not get possessed into it, though. No obsessions right now. No extremes, like I was saying earlier. Finding that sweet spot in the middle of balance. Okay, good stuff. Let's look at the good stuff for you. What's good here for Aries right now? Yay, Page of Wands. There is a childlike energy and exuberance that's coming forward here. I feel like part of this is getting excited for this waterfall of wealth that you're manifesting, but it's also activating these components of your inner child as you are remembering that it's safe to experience what you're experiencing, particularly the wealth that's coming forward. That inner child is feeling more comfortable too, to just be their beautiful, wonderful self. This is my Put Me in Coach card. There's also all pages are messengers too. So it does seem like there's a message coming through for somebody. Being in the good stuff here, this is a good message. Let's see a little bit further here what's going on. Knight of Wands too, page in the Knight of Wands. So having it go from the page to the Knight of Wands, I do feel like there's progress that's being made in the way that we are experiencing our own passion, desire, emotions, motivation, creativity even. The Knight of Wands is getting back up and trying again as well. So if this is relationship that you're manifesting here, not that I'm saying someone from the past is coming back, I see this more as allowing your heart to start again. Mostly with another, okay? But from page to the Knight, there is emotional maturity or development that's happening here too. Ooh, exciting. I'm going to pull Lightseer's Tarot. I want to know what this message is. What is the message, please? What is the message? Oh, okay. It's totally inner child. And a gift. There's a gift. Six of Cups. Nostalgia, the past, your inner child. A gift from the past. And then Page of Pentacles. So this is a studious energy, learning something new about something you thought you already knew. Earth magic is something that comes with this too. Since we're talking about planting seeds of manifestation, I see that, I mean, everything grows in the dark, right? We grow in the dark. We glow in the dark. Well, maybe some of us. We grow in the dark. Seeds, plants grow in the dark. Everything grows in the dark. To not be, this is the earth magic, okay? We can't see it happening, but it's happening. What is it about the inner child here? So this is a message coming up from your own inner child archetype. Okay. What is it? Leap of faith. Hey, I love it. And self-limiting beliefs. Negative thoughts are creating a roadblock in your life, which are going to be directly connected to the emotions. Emotions are an after effect of the thoughts that we're having. So leap of faith, taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown. Your inner child wants you to go for it. Just do it. Just do it. Whatever it is that's feeling, because it does feel like it's the action part, like I said. You have a dream, you have a desire, maybe you've planted the seeds even, but there's a fear of tending to it. So like as an example, maybe your dream or desire is to be a content creator or a writer. There's fear in both, right? There's fear in being vulnerable and putting ourselves out there. That's real. That's a part of my experience all the time. And I know it's a part of other content creators' experience all the time too, unless they're a sociopath or a narcissist, right? Which, well, God loves all of us, right? I don't know. It's okay to have that fear, but to take that leap anyway. That's the action you're continuing to take here. How can God, source, spirit catch you, provide you with what it is that you're manifesting, unless you have the faith to take the leap? They can't. Otherwise, it's just grabbing somebody, right? You can't be caught unless you've decided to participate in the free fall. I feel like a part of this gift here too is the knowledge that you are safe when you take these risks or these actions. That's a knowledge that can't be taught, right? Okay, let's move further into this. What you don't see coming. Surprise in the situation. What's coming out of the shadows. So it doesn't have to be a bad thing, just what we don't see coming. Queen of Swords. This gives me chills. Why? An opportunity to get real clear on your truth, for sure. The Queen of Swords, and I did a reading on the Morrigan a little while ago. I'll try to remember to post it at the end here if you haven't seen it already. I would see her very much as a Queen of Swords energy. And it was a very like, get your ass moving, like, and I said in the reading even, she doesn't care how you feel. That's not necessarily true. Very much like the Queen of Swords. She does care how you feel, but she cares more about the truth. She's not going to sugarcoat anything or omit the truth for the sake of how somebody may feel, okay? So what we don't see coming here is, I feel like there's a truth that's being illuminated outside of what it is that we're feeling. What is it? Five of Cups here too. I'm drawn back to what I was saying about like putting music on that evokes a certain emotional experience. That can certainly be used to our advantage. But who hasn't? Who among us has not decided to continually put a specific song on that makes us cry? Connected to the end of a relationship or loss or grief in some way. We all have. And there is a line between expressing and letting things out and also playing with fire and making it worse. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Five of Cups is almost a disconnect. It is a disconnect. Disappointment, regret. So we're focusing on something that's been lost here. These Three of Cups, maybe a friend group, people that we celebrated with that thought they were our ride or die, right? Behind us, though, with these Two of Cups, there's more connection. There's something else that's available, but we're stuck on what it is that we've lost. So the truth coming through here, I feel, is how we are participating in... Oh, totally, I'm seeing that eye. How we're participating in creating our own reality. If we're choosing to experience a specific emotion all of the time, it ought not be any wonder that that's what we're experiencing in our life. Again, we're not shoving emotions down or ignoring, but we don't need to embellish them either, okay? Like I said, there are times where that can be a good thing, but in this situation, we're taking only what's needed. If you don't feel like you need to open up that box and really swim around in the trauma, don't. Don't shoot yourself in the foot on that, okay? Anything else here on this? Expansion, pursue bigger and greater endeavors. Manifestation came through. Law of attraction, thoughts become things. We've been talking about this. And overcoming obstacles. Get back on your feet to gain strength from difficult situations. And we did have the Knight of Wands there in your good stuff. It feels like your inner child is coming through here to help give you this additional boost to stop touching that nerve is what I'm feeling, okay? If a nerve is exposed and needs to heal, it's exposed and needs to heal. This, I'm talking about reopening that wound just for the sake of feeling that. That doesn't make sense. And that is self-sabotage, okay? There's something, though, that maybe we're gaining from it. Attention from others, pity, whatever, okay? And it's not a judgment, no shame or blame, no tea or shade. What do you want from this life? That is what's dictating how you take this message, okay? If you want to manifest this waterfall of wealth, it's important to take the reins back on our own emotional experience. Okay. The challenge. Let's look at what is hard for us at this time, Aries. 9 of Pentacles. Yes. So there seems to be a note of thought coming through here a lot. Thought, emotion, action, gratitude, experiencing it as if it's real. These are the steps of manifestation. 9 of Pentacles, this is our healthy autonomy and independence, having what we need to experience the life that we want. As we're talking about manifesting this waterfall of wealth, I would say 9 of Pentacles is certainly waterfall of wealth kind of activity or energy. So we're having a hard time stepping into this role. And I feel it's because we may be toying with our own emotions, okay? So paying attention to that. Why are we doing that? Getting curious with ourselves. Why am I doing that? Why am I putting the song on? Or why am I turning this song up louder? You know what I mean? Maybe it's okay to go through that song and feel the feels, but to start becoming more cognizant of why are you doing this? If we're doing anything without consciousness, well, our life is being created for us, okay? And this is very much about getting back in the driver's seat. Calm and collected thought is a part of the 9 of Pentacles, though. So it feels like the thoughts here, there's something, maybe we're feeling encouraged to go put on certain music or to go do things, go to spots where there have been memories of grief and sadness. You guys are intelligent. I know that you can discern the difference between things. We're just talking about doing only what you need to in order to manifest the wealth right now. What else here in the challenge? Page of Swords. Okay. Learning something new, you guys, particularly in thought. The swords are air, thought, energy. The page is learning, is studious energy, Page of Swords here. All pages are messengers, like I said, too. It feels like there's a barrage of thoughts that are connected to old programs here that are making it difficult to identify what our current thoughts are. So the challenge here right now is like watching these thoughts. Totally. Let's get one more here in the challenge, please. Spirit for Aries. Fear. Yep. Fear and dedication. Stay dedicated to your goals, efforts that will reap success. The consistency I was talking about. Fear, expecting the worst, afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts. It's pretty clear, you guys. 33 on the timer, too. 33. Watch the thoughts, okay? Not obsessively. We're working to connect where maybe we do have obsession towards certain thought processes, okay? I'm going to pull a Medicine Heart Oracle here to close this message out, Aries, and then I will see you next time, okay? So last piece here for Aries, Spirit. Last message towards this waterfall of wealth. Oop. There's owls there, too. There's owls! Ajayu, I don't know if I've gotten this card yet. You may wish you had handled something differently. Embrace the courage for confession in a safe space and allow regret to motivate and inspire your evolution. That 5 of Cups. You have the power to determine how you'll experience your life. Yes. That power arises through your willingness to learn through your experiences. You can and will find what you need and grow into your fulfillment. Decide to set yourself free. I love that. That was in your fear aversion here with the Lovers. Decide, make that decision. Make that decision to set yourself free. You have the power. You have the power. Okay? Aries, I love you guys so much. I'd love to hear too what it is that you are manifesting here. So feel free to leave a comment. I do my best to respond to as many people as I can. But please know I do read your comments. That also includes, negativity, like keep it off my page. All right. I have had an influx of people just being shitheads. And well, as the warrior of the zodiac, Aries, I'm sure that you can understand how that energy may be triggered inside of me too, right? I love you guys, and I hope this message is helpful. If you're looking for personal reads, you need some help with something a little bit more individual, I do have that available. Links are in the description of the video as well as pinned comment. I do have some space in my mentorship program here starting next month. So if you're interested in that, links are in the description of the video too. You can apply, and I will get back to you with some more information and when I do have some availability, okay? PayPal is in the description too if you feel called to donate, and I truly appreciate it to those who do support the channel in that way. I will have an Amazon wish list that I'll be linking in here soon too, just with like decks and things. If you guys want to contribute to the channel in that way, I'm always open to that. So I love you, Aries. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Be well.